You can start at 10. I have this fabric recording right now, so it's ready to go whenever you're ready to go. So, whenever, that's fine. I'm gonna wait for, waiting for people to come right on here. I was gonna say, it's gonna be recorded, so if they miss something, it's, that's, yeah, it's perfectly fine. I keep going down, sitting there, because I'm charging you, waiting for my people to come. Yeah, so whenever you're ready. All right, we got the show on the road. Am I watching? Yeah, a few more minutes and, there's something good, there's notepads back there, pens, if you use the pens, they have a red rubber tip over where it writes, you have to just pull that off. This was my favorite pen for a really long time. So you can take a few. Got, so I'm really excited. Ross, when you left without me, I got really angry. I actually complained about it for this guy. I heard. Yeah, well, here you are. I heard. Feel the love there. Yeah, well, I didn't remember that. You don't do that. You gotta get it right. Too bad you couldn't put that up and make me not look like I have 3 kids. You know, when you take a selfie? No, I'm joking. You don't have to do it, but not the most flattering angle. It's not a good angle. No, oh hell no. Mm-mm. Nope, 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 nope. What's that? No, I didn't feel bad. Yeah, please take this off. I also have like a holiday shopping list that I would like to, once I can get them printed, send you out a bunch to distribute them. We, like I said, we got this new system and it knocked, first of all, when I, then I sent it to somebody else, but all the printed were knocked offline. You know, they were just who you buy, what money got done, the amount that you want to spend, like, so it's a budget tracker, yeah, and I wanted to have it here today, but, yeah. We did a huge conversion in September, where like, we did our app is brand new, our website's brand new, you know, like all the, like, they're just rolling it out in like increments, and it's really, well, they have, luckily, the, impact to the consumer's been less, but like, us internally, this happens. There's nothing better than IT issues. Getting a new computer next year. left the pen tucked door.
Oh, we're not,
Oh, yeah.
drives me crazy.
And I thought, I'm not gonna actually call in and get in trouble for Christmas.
It's like,
Well, I have to send it to my husband.
I can't like that.
Because for some reason, our two systems aren't talking to each other, so I said, let me see if I can send it to you, and he goes, yeah, that's fine, I'm like, well, then, did you put this back in? Because I couldn't send it to you.
Yeah, that was
But I can't, I don't even have a place where I can put a flash drive in on my laptop. So, yeah, he has to, whenever I have these to do, he has to help me out.
I sent it to my daughter,
Yeah. And we have different last names, I'm Lady, and I never changed my last name, because that's, yeah.
I know, we were ready for the holiday.
I would really hope.
2 weeks, almost an hour.
I'll work it.
Our kids are first, so.
Yeah, they sure know it, it's not like it's, we're doing a heavy duty topic today, that, kind of just a fun topic. Well, not
Do
really
a family thing for Thanksgiving?
well, my parents live in Atlanta, so
So how did they get their names by
they had to do the 2 videos that you had about holiday spending, and then send me an email with their money for the holidays.
I get that.
So then I put their name in here.
It's gonna be a skill you'll use after your life.
Do you have any of those tips? Do you find?
Well, it's a lot, I didn't write them down, but it's a lot of what you had, e-dates, you could e-date, coupons, tracking your spending, making a list, sticking to it, what you budget, and then the other one, which I thought was good, was.
Marty has joined the meeting.
You want to stand behind here? Yeah.
Good morning.
Hello.
For those of you that don't know me, I'm Beth Winter McGarry. I'm an account manager in the Commercial Services Department. I'm also a member of the Wellness Committee.
Has joined the
I have
meeting.
3 announcements before we get started. The first one is your wellness profile is due November 30th. The profile has to be completed in order for you to participate in the program. The winner of the Wellness Challenge will be announced at the end of the lecture, so stick around. And the third one is be sure and get your ticket to upload to My Inertia so you get credit for attending the lecture today. Now, each quarter, the Wellness Committee focuses on a different topic, and this quarter, our focus is financial health. How appropriate since the holidays are right around the corner, and what are we going to do but spend, spend, spend? Today, we have Michelle James from PSCCU to talk to us about keeping your holiday spending in check and reducing credit card debt if you overspend. Michelle is the Business Development Manager at PSCCU. She is a certified credit union financial counselor through the Credit Union National Association and through the Pennsylvania Credit Union Association. She has worked for PSCCU for 6 years. She serves as an advocate for the Lancaster Chamber. She has her bachelor's in communications and marketing from George Mason University. Please join me in welcoming Michelle James.
Good morning, Marisa Corris. And I heard you guys got the Ethics in Business Award. Congratulations. It's so exciting. That says a lot for this organization. But thank you for coming this morning. We're going to talk about, I think it's kind of a fun topic. I had 2 presentations this morning, and I have 2 when I leave here today. So I had my ugly sweater pulled out with the matching leggings, but I spared you my holiday garb and just came dressed like a banker instead. So topic that's near and dear to our hearts, and it's 47 days away if you celebrate Christmas. So fast approaching. Can we see the other office, like if they have questions or chat, or is anybody else tuned in? I don't know. I'm pretty informal, so if anybody has any questions or wants to share, I'll ask for feedback. Please just feel free to stop me. Why is this not, it's not advancing. Is it off? Yeah, just shut off. Okay. So, Well, I may just be yelling to you to hit space. Little technical difficulties. Ah, the good old fashioned, yes. There we go. Okay. All right.
Stefan has joined the
Still
meeting.
not doing it. Okay. There we go. If I move it, is that gonna, no, we're okay. All right. So obviously the holidays for 2018 have not arrived yet. From Thanksgiving to Christmas, the retail stores do about 40% of their business. In 2017, online shopping for the first time ever surpassed actual brick and mortar shopping. 51% was done online, 42% was in-store. And by in-store, mass merchandisers like Target and Walmart surpassed general department stores. And then 7% was done through catalog and direct mail. By show of hands in this room and in the other locations, do you think that's true? Did most of you try to get your shopping done online, or do you still like to go traditionally to the stores and, yes, online?
Yes, for
Hands, yep. Yeah, I do too. I can't stand finding parking spots. You know, if you could do it online, why not? Yep. What is going on here? All right, let's just do it this way here. Next. All right. Is there like a trick to this? Left click. All right, there we go. Most of the research for this was done by Deloitte or Javelin. So you'll see their names mentioned throughout. According to Deloitte, they said the average consumer spends about $1,200 on the holidays. I thought that was a little light. I don't know, between my husband and I, we have 5 kids, so that makes ours probably a little heavier, and 4 of them are teenage girls. And the boy, he just kind of gets left in the, let's see what we have left over after we buy for the girls. No, just kidding. So it's $1,200 for the holiday season, and one of the other slides will show you a breakdown of how that's spent. If you have a household income of over $100,000, you can see that you add another $1,000 to that. And that includes your holiday, like it's not just gifts, it's socializing, it's everything. So that's why I thought that was a little light, because I could go to the grocery store and drop, you know, $400, $300. I have an Italian family that comes in and they stay because they're from out of state. So it's like breakfast, lunch, and dinner for days on end. But so if your household income is over $100,000, the online holiday shopping increases. It goes from 51% to 57%. The in-store you could see it's 39%, and then 4% direct mail. So in-store and catalog and direct mail decrease, but online increases. And I always like to say everybody's so busy trying to earn their paychecks that they don't have time to go out to the stores. So do you think, has anybody here ever added up what you spend for the holidays, or are you afraid to? You do, Beth? You added too much. I always keep a box of all the receipts just for the simple fact if someone needs to return it, I have it on hand. And every year my husband and I are like, oh, do you want to pull out the box and add everything up? And we're both like, nope, because it's like it's done. But no, I don't advise that you act like we do. You should. I do go out with a list every holiday season, but sometimes that doesn't always work out. So I'm one of those 56%. I feel that I spend way too much money on my holiday shopping. Does anybody else share that? It just goes, doesn't it? Especially, I think, if you have older children or grandchildren, you know, you could buy them something that's this big and it's $50 and you put it under the tree and it looks like nothing, and then I always feel like I have to go out, and then that's where my list goes down the drain because I'm like, oh, I should go get them something else. And yeah, 31% reported going into debt over their holiday spending. I mean, a lot of people are paying off the holidays till May and June, and it doesn't give them enough time to save for, you know, then they have 6 months to try to build up some kind of holiday savings or holiday club to get ready for the next one. Does anybody here have a holiday club? You do? Yeah, they're good to have. And if you are doing a holiday club, it's good to, and we'll talk about this later, incorporate not just the gifts that you're going to be spending, but oftentimes the holidays, it's everything else on top of the gifts. So try to think overall what you spend. So where is the money going? And out of that $1,226 roughly, this is a rough breakdown of where they say it goes. $480 is just spent on the holiday experience. Dinners, cocktail parties, any kind of socializing. If you're going to somebody's house for a holiday mixer, you know, usually you bring something to them, and all that goes under that category. And actually, out of that $1,200, only $430, according to them, is spent on gifts, and that's where I thought that was a little light. And then $314 is of the, in addition to like actual presents, is spent on non-gift type of gifts, like vacations. I know this year my husband and I aren't exchanging. We're going to go away in March, so that's like our gift. Concert tickets, dining, some type of store-bought type of gift. And I think if you have children, grandchildren, as they get older, they appreciate that. You know, I find that I'm doing a lot of more non-gifts than traditional gifts. This year my girls want to go see a Broadway show, and that's pretty pricey. So I'm like, well, you're going to get less sweaters, and, you know, something's got to get cut back. So we talked about online shopping for holiday shopping. We have an organization, I'm sure you've all heard of ListTrack here in Lancaster County. This is something what ListTrack does, is they monitor when people go to a retailer's website, you know, how long did they stay on the website? If they're like me, and I'm sure we've all done it, you fill your cart and then go back and see what you actually want in that cart. You know, and they keep track of that. They're the ones that send you out the email that says, hey, you have a cart that's full, or you're going to, you know, why don't you check out? So of the smartphone use is really gaining for holiday shopping. I mean, it's so convenient. You could just, you know, be sitting in your car and do some shopping right online. So 59% of people that visit a website with their smartphone actually go through and convert to a purchase. So I thought that was pretty high. They're not just using it to just do research, they're actually making purchases there. Does anybody do Black Friday or Thanksgiving night shopping? I used to get up at the crack of dawn and do that, but, you know, more and more if you watch sales and with the coupons you could get just as good of a deal either the week before or the week after, and you don't have to deal with the insanity. My one daughter worked at Target for years, and she always got stuck working Black Friday, and she was 16 years old, you know, started there in high school, this little bit of a thing, and they would send her out for crowd control. I was like, really? And she said that, you know, people would line up for like a half a mile at I live in Cumberland County, at the Target by us, and she's like, they were trying to get like one TV, and there was only like 6 of them in the stock room. So that's why it creates that frenzy. But according to a CNN research study, $5 billion is spent in 24 hours on Black Friday. And I'm curious now with them adding Thanksgiving night in, if that's included in it or what, but that's an awful lot of money. And then Cyber Monday, an additional $3 billion. And that's usually when I do most of my shopping. I'm a Cyber Monday shopper. Oh, who doesn't love Cousin Eddie and Aunt Bethany from Christmas Vacation? So this is what I think is more of the problem area at the holidays when your spending can get out of control. Maybe gifts are definitely not cheap, but it's all these other areas that I think get incorporated into the holidays that could really drive what we spend at the holidays up. If you're hosting, just to go to the grocery store and get the groceries, if you bake, there's a cost to all of that. I had to put liquor on there because, you have to deal with the relatives somehow. So, if you want to go to the liquor store, if you want to bring wine to someone's house that they're hosting an event, that all adds up. Your holiday cards, postage. My family's out of state, so I have to ship gifts. If you have anybody that's deployed and, or just living overseas, shipping can get really expensive. And in line with the holiday cards, I know I always laughed because my mother, I'd be like, which one of these poses do you like the best? Well, I want all of them, like of my kids. And I'd be like, you can't just pick one. It comes with the package. Nope. So, it just the packages, the clothes to put the kids in, to get their picture taken, it adds up. The family photos, traveling. Inevitably, gas always goes up right around the holidays because they know people are going to be driving. That's a cost that's involved in the holidays that wasn't captured in those initial numbers that I had up on the screen, and that could get costly. Next week, Lancaster County is doing the Extraordinary Give. I mean, this county always steps up and does a great job supporting the nonprofits in the area. People maybe give more to their church or organization that they belong to, so that could start adding up. The next one, I'm kind of a bit of a Grinch there. I tip my stylist very well all year long. I'm like, do I need to go out and get her something else for Christmas? I mean, it really, or whatever holiday it gets expensive, but the babysitter, the mailman, who else do you tip the time of year? It could really start adding up. I know at work we kick in for gifts for like the administrative people, for our boss, and it feels like every time I turn around I'm just shelling out money. Decorations, that gets pricey every year. My husband will sit there and I just want to I'd like, just throw them out. He will go through every light and see which one, or like half the strand works and the rest of the strand doesn't. And I'm like, just throw it out. So, inevitably it runs into a cost for any kind of decorations. And sprucing up the house. I'm one of those, my husband has to say, Michelle, it's one day. Do we need to paint the living room for one day? I'm like, yeah, but it doesn't look good for the holidays. But I know a lot of people spruce up the house. You may spruce up yourself, go get your hair done, we put so much pressure on ourselves to try to look like a Hallmark movie, at the holidays, and all that comes with a cost. The other thing I didn't put on the list was, I should have put that with like the cards, postage, shipping, gift wrap. That gets expensive. Batteries. If any of you have little ones or grandkids, it's the batteries for the gifts could really start adding up. So, do you find this to be more of like a problem area, or is it the actual gift buying for you? Does anybody host the holidays? Because that could get pretty pricey. So, I am going to send out, I was telling Beth earlier, we had a whole new system upgrade at PSECU and it knocked all of the printers offline, so I couldn't print them for you, but I have a very nice holiday shopping list. So when you're making a list, be specific. Put that you're buying for Beth or for Tammy, and you're putting what you're getting them, how much you're spending, and, try to stick to that list. And if you can, I've actually split with my husband at the mall and given him the list to go get some stuff, because he will stick to the list, where I'll be like, oh, she needs these earrings to go with the sweater. And then, it starts getting crazy. I mean, so short of moving everybody to the naughty list, try to, set your budget for the total budget for everybody's gifts, and then break it down even further per person. Definitely do your online research before heading out to the stores. I'll have some online shopping sites in a future slide. and use your shopping apps. Just doing the research for this, I found so many shopping apps that I didn't even know existed. And shop with the right credit card. That doesn't mean, that could mean a lot of things. If you're buying something electronic, maybe check out the warranty that's provided through your credit card company. A lot of them don't warranty computers, but maybe if you're buying like a television or something, see if they provide a warranty, and maybe then you could forego the warranty that the store is inevitably going to try to sell you, because you may get like an extra 1-year warranty just by using a particular credit card. A lot of them do offer it. Plus also, even if you had the cash, if you put it on a Visa card, it's just you get the backing of Visa should you get stuck with like a lemon for an electronic. Shop with a card that maybe offers cash back, something that's going to give you mileage. And also, I would say shop with a credit card. If you're doing a lot of online shopping, because unfortunately this time of year is like a heyday for identity thieves, maybe just use one card for the online shopping. It doesn't need to have a crazy high limit, maybe $1,000 limit, and that's like your online holiday shopping card. I recently just got hacked using my debit card. I went to, it was 2 places, because PSCCU caught them, and it was a whole bunch of people it happened to, and they said it was if you made purchases in Lancaster or New Jersey, and my family's from New Jersey. The only purchase I made when I was up there, my mom was in a nursing home, and I paid to get her hair done. You have to just pay at the nursing home. And I stopped and bought something at Nordstrom Rack. So it was one of those 2 places, but they took hundreds of dollars out of my account through my debit card, and this was just like 3 weeks ago. So it's really, really important, because then they had access and they took out my bill paying money. So that's why it's good to use a credit card that you're just using just for online purchases, so that it doesn't impact, the rest of it's not commingled with your bill paying money. And I wasn't even thinking about it. I bought something for $30 at Nordstrom Rack, and my mom's was $22, but it ended up costing me $600 out of my account, which eventually got replaced, but it was not a fun experience. Look for free shipping. That's getting easier and easier now with the competition amongst all the retailers. Walmart will even ship for free now when you order stuff. They're trying to compete with the Amazon Prime. And then seek out price matching. If you see it online at one price and you happen to be at the store, definitely check the retailer's website first to make sure that if they may have it cheaper online, and then ask them to match the price. The shopping list that I have is going to be similar to that when I am able to actually send something or print it. So, suggest group gifts, Secret Santas. I know that my family, we used to pull names and set a $50 limit, and then we even stopped doing that, because I would pull my brother's name and buy him something for $50. My sister-in-law would get my name and give me something for $50, and we're like, why don't we just all keep each other's $50 and just get together and have fun. So, but that's a good way where you're only buying one person, and then you could usually get them a nicer gift instead of, buying 10 people on your list. Start early, but keep a list. I've started shopping early, and for me that doesn't work. That's just me, but I would forget what I bought people, because usually you don't leave the gifts out for everybody to see. You hide it, and then it was like a first Christmas. Nobody was more surprised by the gifts than I was. I'm like, oh, I forgot I bought that. So if you do start early and shop and you tuck away your gifts, keep a list of what you bought. If you are a good baker, if you're crafty, there's nothing nicer than receiving a heartfelt personal gift that somebody took the time to make for you. So, that you would have to start early, but do your do-it-yourself gifts. If you could provide a service. Right now, at my age, there's really nothing I need for a gift, but if somebody wants to come, like this week, I've been working crazy long hours. If somebody would want to come walk my dog and let them out for me, that would be the best gift ever. If you could offer to babysit for someone, maybe an elderly person, rake their leaves or, shovel their driveway, do something. And then definitely start a holiday club, some kind of savings account. And when you do that, incorporate what you think you spend in total for the holidays, the food, the postage, all the things that were on that list. Don't just think of the gifts. Because then if you budget your holidays well, you're not using your credit cards as much and then running into that where you're, trying to pay off Christmas and Easter's arriving. So, try to just keep that. I know I don't usually do this like a pro PSECU plug, but with PSECU, you could start a holiday club any time of the year and cash it out any time of the year. So that makes it nice. So if you're not ready to start it till like March, that's fine. You didn't miss the boat. You could start it then, and if you wanted to shop in August, you could cash it out then as well. There's no time limit on it. So here are some online sites. Does anybody use any online sites when you're doing your holiday shopping? Money saving sites, Ebates? My coworker told me that last year on Black Friday, she got $80 back just from using Ebates, just on that one day's worth of shopping. I didn't ask her what she bought or how much she spent. That seemed like an awful lot of money to me, but I was like, she has a 3-year-old, so maybe she bought a bunch of gifts. But Ebates, Camel was a new one to me, and I went on it. It's actually pretty cool. If you shop on Amazon, they're an Amazon price tracker. So it could like alert you if the price has gone down. It could tell you if somebody else has it cheaper. Same thing with like GoSale and CNET. It'll find other retailers that have what you're looking for and price compare it for you. And the same thing, BlackFriday.com and then the CyberMonday.com. They tell you what are some of the major sales that the retailers are having, some of the featured products, what they're going to be offering them for. Because a lot of times, if you've ever done Cyber Monday shopping, it feels to me it's just like Black Friday, where they have, 3 large shirts and you have it in your cart, and by the time you go to check out, it's out of stock. Has that happened to anybody? It's frustrating. So it would be good if you could just get a sneak peek of what the sales are coming up, so you know whether to even, bother, or, what you can know ahead of time what you want to shop for. So has anybody used any of those? You did? Which one did you use?
Amazon.
The Amazon. Yeah, Amazon, I said just to check for reviews. I always love the reviews on Amazon. I think it's, a good thing to see what, if you're looking at 2 different manufacturers of the same product, to just see which one you think would be better for you. And then these are barcode scanner apps. So Red Laser, Shop Savvy is a popular one, and then Retail Me Not, where you could scan the barcode of an item that you want to buy, and it'll do the price comparison and price checking for you. I've never used one of them, but I know people that use both Shop Savvy and Retail Me Not, and both swear by them. So I'll have to give it a shot this year, because every little bit helps. So, the not so fun facts about the holidays. If you do overspend on the holidays and you're late, later missed payments make up 35% of your credit score. So if you are more than 30 days late on a payment, or you completely miss a payment altogether, that could stay on your credit report for 7 years. So, long after those gifts have been forgotten, it could still be on your credit report. 30% of your credit score is made up by your utilization. So if you have a $10,000 limit on your credit card and you're at $9,900, that is going to affect negatively on your credit score, because you're almost maxed out on the card. If you had a $10,000 limit on your credit card, you would want to keep the balance down below $3,000 and not have more than a 30% utilization. As you start creeping up over that 30% utilization, the higher towards your credit line your balance goes, your score will have the reverse effect, and your score will start going down. So think about that when you want to be like me and get the scarf, the earrings, and everything to match the sweater. That, as that stays on your card, it's going to affect your credit score long after the holidays have come and gone. And opening a new credit card, they're great at saying, Mrs. Miller, if you buy this, you could save 20% today off your total purchase. And you're like, oh, wow. And you're looking at, you're adding the numbers up, but they're planning on you, number one, not getting it paid off within the month. So they're making more than that 20% back on the interest that they're charging you. And it's just not worth it because that's going to drop your score. And even if you just have them check to like, oh, let me just see and what kind of credit limit I'll get and open it up. And even if you paid it off immediately, that inquiry for them to pull your credit will stay on your credit report for up to 2 years. So the more inquiries you have on your credit, the more your score drops. So you really just try to avoid that. Try to plan your spending ahead of time so you're not doing those last-minute impulsive things like trying to open up a new card or, overspending or maxing out your cards. There's a card on the back table, and for the other offices, I'll leave them behind. Beth could distribute them around that has a graph that shows how your credit score is impacted. Yeah, the not-so-festive, Mr. Grinch. Yeah, I love him. Americans hit a total of $834 billion in balances on their credit cards at the end of 2017. That is at an all-time high. We have surpassed the 2008 level, which was right before the recession. That was at an all-time credit high. If you like good news, I try to always be a little positive. The good news about that is consumer confidence is up, but the bad news about that is there's $834 billion out there in unsecured credit card debt. Total revolving debt, $1 trillion, and that doesn't even include all like the student loan debt that people are carrying. I think that that's actually a little bit higher, that number, just from what I do for a living. It seems like more than 43% of the people I talk to carry a credit card balance, and $6,354 is the average credit card balance. So we are a nation that has a lot of debt. So debt by the ages, I'm right in that top age group. That can include your mortgage, your car payments, credit card debt, and that's just an average, $134,600. The age group right below me, the 35 to 44-year-olds, slightly less. And then if you're under 35 or over 55, their debt ratio is about the same. The under 35s, a lot of theirs is from car loan and student loans. And then the seniors, just some credit card debt, usually a car loan, and maybe just whatever they have left on their mortgage. So you definitely want to keep the credit card in check. I almost think like this one in my house right now, we are helping our kids, like doing the Parent Plus loans. So I feel like to help the under 35 age group not have so much student loan debt. I know in our house we've taken on more debt to try to get them through college. So, yeah, this is an unfortunate statistic. Last year, $16.8 billion was just the reported amount of identity theft. And if you think about most victims of identity theft, they're resolving, thankfully, the issue within 48 hours. So a lot of that doesn't even get reported or calculated. But while you're out, here working all day, running to the mall, doing some holiday shopping, getting your house ready, the identity thieves are busy doing what they do best. Really good time of the year to check your credit report is January. You get your decorations down, start getting your life back in order, sit down one night and pull your credit report. If you go to annualcreditreport.com, it is free. You could pick one of the 3 credit reporting agencies, either Experian, TransUnion, or Equifax. It won't give you your credit score, but you could see if anything was opened. You could see any inquiries on your credit report. Check the addresses. Make sure that anything that shows up on your credit report is an address you actually lived at or something you were associated with. if you ever co-signed, like say your child grew up, moved to Philadelphia and got an apartment, and you never lived in Philly yourself, but you co-signed on something for them, that Philadelphia address will show up on your credit report. So that's okay, as long as you're associated with it. Just double check, and if there's anything on there that is not yours or not related to you in somehow, you could just dispute it right online. And so it's really important to just get on that right after the holidays. If there's anything on your credit report and you file a dispute, you may want to put a block on your credit for like 90 days, just to make sure that if somebody did get some of your information, they can't go out and open new credit in your name. So in addition to reporting it to the 3 credit reporting agencies, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, obviously report it to your credit card company and to your bank. This time of year, I would recommend that everybody, if you haven't done so already, make a copy of the front and back of your credit cards. Keep it in a safe place at home, because if you're ever, not only is it a time for hackers, but they're actually out, like, pickpocketing and, stealing, taking your wallet out of your purse. If that happens, you usually don't know your credit card number. You don't have the phone number to call in right away and report it. So, have a copy of that information for you. And if you go to ftc.gov, that's for the Federal Trade Commission. ftc.gov is a great website. I hope this never happens to anybody, but if you ever are a victim of identity theft, they give you sample letters that you could write to each credit reporting agency. They give you sample letters that you could write to banks, the credit card companies, to report the theft. It's good to send the letter to report it online through the credit reporting agencies, and also send a hard copy registered mail, because nobody's going to guard your credit or care about your credit report like you will. And they are looking over, there's millions of people that they have to watch their credit for, and they could sit there and say, oh, I never got your dispute, or I never got that. If you send it registered mail, you could say, yes, you did, and here's a copy of it, and always keep a copy for yourself. So it's an unfortunate part of, a very fun, festive time, but it's really, really, really important that you just keep watch on that. It used to be, I'm sure most people in this room do some kind of online or mobile banking. Being like at PSECU, we're branchless, so that freaks people out that they have to do everything mobile and online. But the truth is, they're hacking into people's accounts that have never bought anything online in their life, like my parents. They just refuse, and they still have been victims. So at least you're not waiting 30 days for that bank statement to come. You could log on every day and see if there's any activity. That's how I caught mine. They hacked into mine on a weekend, and by Monday morning, I'm like, where did my money go? And I was able to report it right away. So that was pretty quick. That's my information. If you have any questions, that's my cell number. Please feel free to call me. If anybody wants me to go back and put up any of those apps or websites, but check them out. Some of them, like I said, that camel was pretty cool. Like how it would track the Amazon pricing for you. I love Amazon. It's like you could get anything there. It's the greatest invention ever. And I just try to avoid the malls now. It makes me sad because I don't want to see them go away when I hear a store close, but then I'm like, well, you don't go to the store, so you're part of the problem, why they're closing. But it's, just shop smart. I will get those lists out. Has anybody started their holiday shopping? I haven't done a thing, and that's unusual. You have? You're good. I've bought my kids some stuff, like that they've been with me, and I give them the mother line. That's for Christmas. I just don't think you're getting a lot more than that. You want that now? I do that too. I'm probably one of those crazy moms, but my daughter wanted UGG boots. Does anybody here know how expensive UGG boots are? And I said, because she wanted to take them back to college with her, and I just kept the box, and I wrapped the empty box for Christmas, because I gave her the boots in October. I'm like, well, that's close enough in my book, so. And she always laughs when she opens up an empty box. Oh, fake Uggs. Yeah. But, they have to get, a reality check. I have a friend of mine who's a teacher. She taught here in Lancaster City for years, recently retired, and she was an English teacher. So she said, buy them something they want, something they need, something to wear, and something to read. And I was like, oh, that's pretty good. And spoken like a true English teacher. She's like, always get a kid a book. So, well, thank you. Please grab some goodies. There's some notepads. Take the bags. I will send some more to the other offices. Oh, I'm supposed to draw names. Yes. This is like too much pressure. I feel bad if I don't. I want everybody to be a winner.
So this is for the Wellness Challenge. We had 34 people participate in the Wellness Challenge, which is watching the videos, the online videos from PSCCU, and then telling me your holiday, your tip for holiday savings. And I got a lot of interesting ones. A lot of them were listed today, like
Has left the meeting.
looking for coupons, and doing the homemade gifts. So everybody's name is in here that participated in the challenge, and we're gonna draw 2 winners, and they'll each get a $50 Visa gift card.
Okay. And you're gonna, Eugene Schmidt?
Eugene
Staff
Schmidt
has
is the
left the
first
meeting.
one.
Mary Fentz?
Marcy Sense.
Marcy?
Marcy.
Marcy?
So,
Okay.
they're not
Sorry,
gonna get
you guys aren't
but I'll
here.
be sure that they get their gift certificates then. Thank you all for participating.
Do you want those to put it up there?
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thanks for coming.
Marty?
Have a happy
left the
holiday
meeting.
season.
Thank you.
Interesting and fun. I thought it was a good topic for this time of year today.
You're welcome.
Is there a sign-in for today? No, but if you take your ticket, and then you upload it to mine or to the website, then you'll get your credit. Have you ever done that before?
Yeah. I just didn't see it here, so thank you. Take some notepads, please. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. I know, very nice. I went here, we asked to buy candy canes, because I was like, oh, give everybody candy canes. CVS has your candy canes.